Tuesdays. It is Skullcasm.
Hey, Howard.
I am Scarfinger. That is Chase. And this is Scarcasm. I have a story to tell that I learned something very, very, very important on Sunday. So this weekend was a weekend of firsts for me. One, because me and my ex don't speak very much these days, I had to actually go to the laundromat to wash my clothes. So that part was fun. I had been to a laundromat in over 10 plus years. I never had to, but that was fun. But the second thing I learned is most Walmarts, and if it's like a small Walmart, especially like the neighborhood market,
Yeah.
they won't waste their time chasing you if you steal from them.
Did you steal from them?
I did not, but I witnessed someone do that. So I go to Walmart and this is a neighborhood market, so it's a really small Walmart, and they only have the only area for you to check out is the self checkout. So it's like, fine. I hate the self checkout because motherfucker, I don't work here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's truly how I feel. I don't work here. Why the fuck am I doing this? I don't work here.
I do the self-checkout if I only have like a couple of things, and it's definitely quicker for me to get through this than to go through the lady with 1,000 bananas. You know what I mean?
You're just helping Walmart not pay people. That's the part that I don't like.
Yeah, that is true. But if they didn't have the self-checkout, they would still have only three cashiers open.
Probably. So I'm at Walmart and I'm doing the self checkout, and when I'm getting ready to finish and I'm waiting for my receipt to come out, these people turn to the lady who is over the whole self checkout area. You know, she's a lady, and she was not worried about anything other than eating her chips, because she was just eating a bag of sour cream and onion chips the whole time. Like,
oh, she's the type of person that like opens the thing and be like, "I'll pay for this later."
I don't know what that situation was. All I know is she was eating some sour cream and onion lays, just having herself a good old time.
Because some people will open it and eat it and then they'll like scan the bag afterwards.
Right. Right. So these people, this man and this lady, they turn to her and they say, she didn't pay for her stuff. And I was just like, huh? What do you mean she didn't pay for her stuff? No, she just walked out. All of her stuff is still right here. She never actually pressed the button to pay and check out. What she did was, in order to get past the cameras, because they put cameras over those things now, so the camera sees you, like you got to scan everything, put it in the bag, and then put it into your cart. So basically what she did was, she scanned everything, put it in bags, put it in her cart, and then left.
So that sour cream and potato chips, she wasn't going to pay for it at all in general.
No. The lady with the sour cream and onion potato chips is the lady who works at Walmart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the lady who works at Walmart.
Okay,
who is over this whole area.
I get you now.
She's eating her chips like she doesn't give a fuck. And this lady just completely walks out the fucking door. And like I said, I'm waiting for my receipt. So like, this is all like, this lady had just left right before me. So I pay, I'm waiting on my receipt. I grab my receipt.
They're stealing from Sam. They ain't stealing from me. So.
Right. Like, she just kind of looked at him like, oh, well, like, you're not going to do nothing. Like, y'all ain't got no security, nobody to call. Like, nothing. And she just kind of.
Dude, I'm too paranoid to be a thief. Like.
And nobody did anything to stop her. This lady walked outside with her cart, and she went around the corner because she parked on the side of the building. So I'm guessing she just put the shit in her car and left, because there was nobody behind her. Like, we were all parked in the front, like you normally do in a regular parking lot. But I guess she was parked on the side, and this lady, no one was following her, not at all. And I kept watching to see if anybody was going to go, like, around the corner at least. Be like, hey, you need to pay for that? Like, nothing. No one did anything. So by the time I put my stuff in my car and I left, like, no one had done anything to this lady.
They're probably like, well, we're not supposed to, like, do, for safety reasons, like, actually antagonize a a criminal. So they have her face and everything, so they probably will cross database and do all that stuff later, maybe after the fact.
Maybe, but that shit was wild, bro.
Because you don't want to be no hero and then get yourself killed over Walmart.
Yeah, no, especially not Walmart. Hell no. So yeah, that shit was just wild to me. Shit, where's my phone? Hold on for a second. I was still trying to log into Twitch. I had to change my password and shit, and they sent me one of those codes to my text message. Blah blah blah, whatever.
Okay.
But yes, but I also typically don't wear pants when I'm podcasting, so I'm just sitting here in my drawers underneath. I got a shirt on, but I'm just sitting here in my drawers. So when I reach over,
so you like doing the like pandemic Zoom thing where you like have a suit on top and you just got underwear on at the bottom.
Exactly. Like, why the fuck would I need pants for this? Now, I definitely, like, I'm not in a situation, like, I'm sitting here talking to you for a while, so I'm just sitting here with no drawers on either. Like, I'm not going to be sitting here with my dick out while I'm talking to you, but, like, I'm not wearing any fucking pants. I barely wear pants around the house these days. Like, seriously, after Pooh Bear went home, after her summertime was over, I have literally worn pants and or shorts around the house for one reason and one reason only.
Because Pooh Bear's there?
No, I said since she left.
Oh.
There's only one reason why I would wear pants and or shorts. That is to be able to put my phone in my pocket while I'm walking around the house doing something. That is the only reason why. That's the only reason why I would even do that.
We were kind of slack on laundry. And then I reached into the bottom of the drawer and pulled out some old basketball shorts before they had pockets.
Wow.
And man, that shit, it's like I'm like you just sit there like I'm rubbing my phone on my pants trying to get it into a pocket that doesn't exist. I do that all the time. And I'm like, there's no pocket there, but I'm trying to put it in the pocket that doesn't exist.
There's no there, man. Shout out to the homie AZ Rockslide. Today is his birthday. The day of recording is his birthday. Shout out to my man AZ Rockslide.
Shout out to the... Sorry. Yeah, shout out to AZ.
Yeah, AZ the homie. So, what'd you get into this past week or so? Well, we have talked. Like, we haven't been on a podcast or anything, but we have talked.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit weird. Like you're explaining to them what you've been doing over this past was 2 weeks, right? Since we recorded a podcast.
Yeah, but we definitely like hung out, but like I try to not get into like certain things because like if I tell you, I don't want to tell you again, because that makes it not.
But you're not talking to me at this point. You're talking to the people.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be a conversation. Between friends.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But you're still like the people that are listening are a part of our friend group. So you're talking to them too.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's mostly been work and stuff, man. And I
100% wanted to tell you the Walmart story yesterday while we were playing the Division, but I held on to it for the podcast for this very reason. But so I completely understand you, but we are also talking to the people.
Yeah. I remember there was one time I had said that, oh, let's wait to the podcast. I think I was editing, and then I never came back. Whatever I was thinking about, I had no idea what that was. That was last podcast. I do that all the time where I'm like, oh, I'm going to wait to the podcast because I'm in the thought of saying it, but then...
I used to actually take notes down of like things that I wanted to bring up. Not necessarily like writing notes of what I wanted to say, but I would write the topic. So like for this, like I would have wrote down Walmart. You know what I mean? And then I would be like, okay, Walmart.
Yeah, I used to do that same thing, but like, because I called it my show, it's less of like making an outline for the show, even though it technically is, but it does remind us on what we fucking did. Because like, how many weeks after the Melvin show did I actually, oh yeah, I went to see Melvin's. Like, I saw them like the day before we recorded podcasts and just fucking forgot about it. 'Cause the mission, you know? 'Cause
Yeah, I have done. I mean, it's been since we've recorded the last show. Like, I've done a few things, and it's like I'm doing things to kind of come out of my shell a little bit. I realized that I've basically been a hermit for a year, and I know that I don't have any money to do a whole lot, but like sitting around here doing nothing is not doing anything healthy for me.
I know that you're going to say hell no, because I know you.
No, I'm not
But
going hiking.
not hiking, but I mean, it's free, and you would get a little exercise and just like walk around a greenway. And I'm sure there's greenways.
I live in Richmond, dog.
I'm sure there's greenways in Richmond. Greenways are in the city.
I don't know
They're
about
paved.
all that, but then again, I don't ever think about something like that. You know
And
what I mean?
it's also a good time to like get time for yourself, get some earbuds, and listen to podcasts. Because you said you don't get a lot of time to listen to podcasts, and that would kind of get you some fresh air, some time to listen to podcasts. I actually listen to most of the Mass Effect books on hikes.
Yeah,
But
you know what? There was the one I never listened to. I never listened to the one. I think it's Ascension. Is it Ascension? Well, no, it's the one where in 2. It's 2, right? Where they were talking about the Cerberus integrating with the migrant fleet. The Cerberus tried to not integrate. They tried to. What is the word I'm looking for?
I'm not really sure what you're trying to say.
There's a part. Remember in 2 when you first see Tally, and the Quarians are pissed, and they are pissed because because they're Cerberus. Because they had issues with Cerberus because of the whole thing with Paul Grayson and like all of that stuff. The last book that I read was leading up to what happened. And there's a Mass Effect book where that actually
the stuff
happened.
with Grayson is fucking excellent. Like the one when it's with the first one, I mean, it's cool for people who like Mass Effect, and you can hear the thing about Anderson and stuff. But it comes into its own of stuff you don't like, its own backstory and stuff. I wish that there was games based around the Paul Grayson stuff, because man, is that a character arc? Fucking A.
You know what? It should be like a Telltale type game.
Yeah, I mean,
but here's the thing that I was wondering, because I saw this. Telltale really ain't around right now anymore, right? I know they got picked up. They got picked up by somebody. But are they Telltale in name only?
I think so, but aren't they? Isn't there a Borderlands game coming out?
Exactly. There's a new Tales from the Borderlands game on, and I watched that trailer, and there is no Telltale anything on that game.
Oh, so
not on the trailer. Not on the trailer.
Gearbox is making that in house.
Somebody's making it, and it doesn't say Telltale at all.
Would they be good at to me? The only good games that Gearbox has ever made is fucking Borderlands, and I don't put Bulletstorm in there because they only publish that,
right?
And only publish the enhanced edition anyway, you know.
So yeah, I didn't see any Telltale on that at all, and I knew they were making another Tales from the Borderlands. I never even finished the first one, so I don't know.
The first one's good, man.
I found that to be weird. I just never finished it because here's the thing: I bought it on PC. I got a Humble Bundle, and I got like Borderlands, a few of the Walking Deads. I even got the Game of Thrones one in this bundle.
That's kind of a cool one to have because that one's not for sale anymore.
Yeah, I have it, and I have it on my Steam. I don't know. I have it in my Steam library. I mean, hopefully, I can still download it if I ever decide.
Yeah, you can as long as you own it. I own it, but on PlayStation. But whenever am I on any sort of console?
And then they put it on Xbox. They put it on Game Pass. But I'm like, do I really want to start over? Because I was like on the 3rd episode. I played the Back to the Future. I game flew that one. I played through the Back to the Future one. It was on
Back
disc.
to the Future is before Telltale kind of like became a household name.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that game. I don't remember a whole lot from it now, but I know at the time when I
I
played it,
like
I
that.
enjoyed it.
Didn't they do that poker game like Night at the Factory or whatever, where it had
I
all the
think
characters?
so. I don't think I ever got around to that one because I had the free game that they gave us on Xbox to play poker, the Texas Hold'em joint.
Mm-hmm.
And I played that for a little bit. That was fun at the time, but what are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Right.
That was fun at the time, but like
Playing card games in the digital format is cool because like you don't really have to know everything because a lot of stuff is chance anyway. But if you don't know what a full house is, the game's going to tell you got a full house. So you can be like, oh, I got a full house, even if you don't really know a lot about it. But so you can still have
right.
fun playing poker without having, you know. But
Without having the stress of actually having to put your money down.
right, that too. But man, I still stress.
That's how I see
I can't even. I can't be a gambler because even in like Red Dead, I'm like, this is my money that I earned in this game. I didn't even want to gamble my make believe money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I'm the same. Like I can play a game if I'm playing a game of chance. I am really really good until there's money involved. The moment there's money involved, I don't know what it is. It's not like I'm freezing. For some reason, like my luck completely runs out as soon as there's money involved.
It's kind of like the dudes who bowl and then they get like 3 strikes in the practice round. You're like, should you be celebrating that? Because those didn't count. You just wasted your strikes.
Exactly. I got a homeboy that really got into bowling at one point, and he bowled a perfect game a few months ago.
Oh yeah, you actually get like if you're on a league or you get a ring for that.
Yeah, he's in a league.
Yeah, I mean I don't want to like talk ill to anybody, but man, I've been to some. I've never been in a league, but I've been to some where leagues are around. Man, there's a lot of weird people in the bowling league. Not to like say that your friend's kind of weird, but I'm just saying it does.
I mean, I don't know him that well.
But
I don't know him that well.
But it is something like for if there's really nothing you don't play video games or whatnot. It is something to get out, I guess. But it's kind of expensive, isn't it? Like because you have to pay dues and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Bowling's weird because it's like it's a sport, yet you don't really get exercise.
Off.
Say what?
Off.
Off?
Off is a sport. Not really exercising. You're just basically swinging a club, and then you got a fucking cart to drive you to the next place.
Right, but have you ever seen any like overweight golfers? You see a lot of overweight bowlers.
His name John Daly. Is his name John Daly?
The Daily Show guy? No, that's Jon Stewart. Sorry.
Yeah, his name is John Daly. He was a big boy. John Daly's a big boy. But I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of overweight golfers. They're probably just not very good. You know what I mean? Like the guys that actually work out. Like, one of the things about Tiger Woods was like he was like working out. He was a young man, so like he was working out and like increasing his strength and all of that other shit and like training. And there's rumors about him training his mental shit with like Navy SEALs and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, John Daly is not that guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I'm just gonna roll out of bed, put these here pants on, and I'm gonna rip me a few. That's pretty much John Daly. Like, have you look up John Daly
right now?
There's no I in his last name. Just look him up, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. He looked like, well, we're playing golf today. That should be the show title. Well, we're playing golf today. Do you see what I'm talking about?
I was just laughing at what you said. I haven't gotten yet.
Okay, you'll get there. You see? Exactly, right? Well, playing golf today.
He looks like your uncle that you have to unlist on Facebook. Right there. Let's see. Boom. Come on. There we go.
He looks like your MAGA uncle, right?
Yeah.
Looks like your MAGA uncle, and like, he's like He's like they took our jobs, uncle. You know what I mean?
Well,
you know
maybe golf.
I'm a back away from that because I don't know what kind of man John Daly is.
Well, maybe golfing and bowling are like the same thing, but they're just two different classes of people. Like golfing is more of a rich people thing, and bowling, a lot of people are,
working class. We'd say working class.
Working class, yeah.
You don't want to say they're not necessarily poor people because, like, when you belong to those leagues, like fucking buying like your own ball and shit like that. I actually used to bowl quite often. I used to do the globe bowling thing a lot. It was just kind of a place to hang out and just kind of go do something. And actually own my own shoes.
Cool. Well, I mean, I
have a ball. I have a ball too, but my ball is like the cheapest shit.
Bowl more than just once a year, you should probably do that. You know what I mean? You don't want to be where else do you rent shoes and socks?
Whoa! You rent socks? Where the fuck do you rent socks from?
Well, I know not renting the socks, but there's vending machines with socks in it.
I mean, there's vending machines with socks in it, and I guess like when you go to those bounce house places, you got to get those kind of special socks. But like,
right.
But like, whoa, dog! I don't know about the rent those socks or get
that's
some socks.
Rent. Yeah, I didn't mean that they rent socks. I just said the wrong word, but yeah, where else do you see a vending machine full of socks? And the bounce house stuff is,
It sounds like some shit. It sounds like some shit that's available in Japan everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, like that sounds like some weird shit that would be in Japan, right? Like, right. I need some motherfucking socks right now. Like, let me go get these socks real quick. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. That sounds very Japan.
Yeah.
Let me go get these socks real quick. At one point they were using like fucking these like sausages for styluses, right? Basically, this is like years and years and years ago when smartphones was like a new and budding idea. There's these like sausages that you can get out of the vending machine that work perfectly as styluses for your touchscreen.
So they were like,
and they were
this is a new technology. Let me put a sausage on this shit.
Yeah, but no, it worked. It worked if the wrapper is still on.
Okay.
So it wasn't like they won't put in like sausage to screen.
Because when you say sausage to smartphone, I'm just thinking a smartphone and like sausage links, like the breakfast links.
Nah, they were kind of like skinny sausages, like kind of like Slim Jims.
Okay.
Kind of like, but they were smaller. They were smaller and a little bit wider, but they were like sausages that you buy at the vending machine, and you could use those as styluses, and they worked just fine. It was just like a fucking finger, which is fucking weird to say. It's very fucking weird to say. Oh, this sausage is just like a finger. That sounds like something that would be in a fucking porno movie where with lesbians.
German lesbians.
I hate myself. I hate myself a lot right now. I do.
Are there German lesbians?
I'm pretty sure there are. But can you tell them? Can you tell them apart from the men? That was too much.
Well, Aryan men do look kind of feminine if you think about it.
I am not going anywhere near any of this because last thing I want is somebody saying that I'm being insensitive, which people say that to me all the time, that I'm being insensitive. But I'm like, yo, what are we talking about here? So just like y'all got on me the other day. So I'm going to leave that alone. I'm not going any further with this conversation, this part of the conversation. But I will say this, though. I have been watching some Division content.
Okay.
And the community person for the Division, I can't figure out if she's trans or not. Like, it is driving me crazy because, like, I don't really know her name. I don't want to look it up, but every time, like, she's in control of the content for, like, the videos and stuff that they put out, and like, she seems like a nice lady, but I keep trying to wonder, like, I mean, is that a trans woman or is that a woman and I'm just tripping? But I mean, I guess trans women are women.
Yeah.
Trans women are women, but every time I see this woman, I'm like, yo, that's God, it's like, never mind. I'm gonna stop myself from getting in trouble. I think that might have crossed the line a little bit, but I didn't go too far. You know what I mean?
Well, what you did is what most of the internet needs to practice.
That's right.
Just figuring out when you need to stop before get yourself stuck in the molasses.
Right. I am. All right. So, what do you want to talk about first?
Um,
Typically, talk games first, right?
we typically go whichever the conversation goes. And if you feel like you want to bring up a game, that's when we talk about games.
I'm not bringing up no game. I'm talking. I'm gonna tell y'all. Cobra Kai is probably the best show on TV right now, or on the internet, whatever. It's not on TV. It's on Netflix. And listen,
Netflix says
Cobra
their
Kai.
TV.
Cobra Kai is fantastic. Like, it is so good. And like I've told y'all, every time a new season comes out, I've told y'all that y'all need to watch Cobra Kai. And like when it was a YouTube show, I understood why people didn't watch it. But it's a Netflix show. You all have access to this now. Go do that. Really, go do that. Like, it is such a great fucking show, and the episodes are relatively short. Like, they're about half an hour episodes. There's 10 episodes in pretty much every season. So like a whole season is 5 hours, dog. 5. I have watched every season with the exception of this last one. I have watched them all in one day. Most of them in one sitting. Just sat down and just watch it straight through. This time I broke it up. I went to go play some video games and talk to my friends and all that kind of stuff. Like, I had things to do, and then I went back at like 3:00 in the fucking morning and watched the last 2 episodes. So technically I didn't watch it in one sitting, but I did watch it in less than a 24-hour period. But even if you have whatever feelings that you have about the movies only speak to the characters' motivations. That's it. Like, they refer to things that happen in the movie, and that defines their motivations. But the movies don't. The movies don't do it as well as this does. Have you ever even tried it?
Tried what?
Cobra Kai. Had to watch it.
Oh, no, not yet. And yeah, it took me about when you said, "Have you tried it?" I've never had someone ask me if I tried a show.
Have you tried to watch it? Like, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I know, but it's just a weird way to ask it. No, it's on my to watch list though, definitely.
You need to fix that, like, really soon. Like, really, really soon. I'm trying to tell you, it is an amazing TV show. Like, really. So, somebody just called me.
It's cool.
People always call it the worst possible times.
That happens.
When I'm sitting down doing nothing, no one is calling. No one says anything. No one has anything to say to me.
And then
but
as soon as you get in the car or something, you're like...
Yeah, I went to... So I've been recording episodes on my own YouTube channel for 2 Point Campus. So I sat down yesterday. I wasn't really doing anything. And I said, you know what? I am going to record the next thing. Because I usually record one school. Like, you do the beginning, and then you have to do things to get like 3 stars in every school in order for you to get everything that you need from the schools to go to the next one. That's how I do it. I know some people go around. And I said, you know what? I'm not doing anything. I'm going to play 2 Point Campus. I sat down. I started the game. I started fucking OBS. I had everything going. And right when I was about to actually start talking, I was actually recording. Right when I was about to start talking, I got a text message from the homie Build saying that he was having trouble. He was having troubles with Discord. Because he's an older gentleman. He was having troubles with Discord.
Well, he's also using it on the Xbox. So I probably need to go on the Xbox.
No, he's put it on his phone. He's using it on his phone.
Okay. Well, I need to go on the Xbox and see how it works, see how it looks and stuff.
Yeah, I have no idea. I
actually think the days
interest.
of party chat is almost done because, which is weird to say that Nintendo was right. But Nintendo came out with that fucking phone chat, right? And then a lot of the kids use like Messenger and things like that to talk when they're playing games. And then now we're using Discord, and like, so nobody's really in party chat.
I think the problem is, here's the problem. using Discord because people like you and Blue are like PC fucking elitists. So we can't. So like being in Xbox party chat somehow seems like an affront to you fuckers. So like, you know what I mean? And then like,
Well, you
and
say this
especially
shit,
Blue.
but what if I was like,
Especially Blue. I'm saying especially Blue. I'm pointing this at Blue right now.
okay,
Especially Blue, because Blue always got something going wrong with his audio settings. Every time he jumps into any chat, especially from his phone, he's always having some sort of an issue, and he always has to change something in order to make shit work. It's just like if we
well,
were all playing
Blue
on.
has like some external hardware and stuff. So my brother does the same thing with some external hardware, and it always fucks up. So
If we were all on Xbox like we used to be, party chat would still be a thing, and it would be a thing for all of us.
well, when I was primarily on Xbox, I didn't really know you, so I was on the PlayStation primarily when we first met. So
Yeah, I was on the PlayStation a little bit. Yeah, those are dark days. I'm not a PlayStation guy. I don't think I'll ever be again, unless I like really come into a lot of money. I don't see myself buying another PlayStation. I just don't care enough about their exclusives to pay for a whole box.
they they have a certain type of game. Like their games are very. If you like first person shooters and stuff, PlayStation isn't really your. I mean, you have your third party, but they're very
Most of the games,
action adventure games, like very like
most of the games that I love are third party. So that part doesn't bother me any. I just don't see the point of having. I don't see the point of having two consoles at this point.
yeah.
And it's not because I'm broken, I can't fucking pay for it. It's just like I don't see the value in owning both. And if I'm looking at myself personally, the people I play games with, other than you and Blue, the people that I play games with are all on Xbox. So I'm gonna buy an Xbox. Game Pass is really dope. And
But that's why I
stick-
like the whole like because instead of saying that if we would just go on Xbox, I mean we can say the thing if you would just like get a better PC. The thing is the crossplay thing. It needs to happen across the board for most things because it allows us to stay where we want and you to stay where you want, and nobody feels left out. Like because me and Blue, I mean I know I was like, having a good time during Division. It was running so smooth and so beautiful. I was like, man, this game looks great. But then you were having such a rough time to where it was almost like we were having such a good time and you were not. If it was just crossplay,
it's just
it'd been.
it would have been. Now my thing is this: I don't like playing those types of games on PC. I prefer to be sitting on my couch when it comes to that. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why I don't think that I want to be a PC gamer really either. I do play a lot of games like 2 Point Campus. Like 2 Point Campus is much better with a mouse. In general is much better with a mouse. But when I want to play a game and I know I'm going to play a game for a while, I don't want to sit here for that long.
But I have noticed another thing that I do like about being a little bit closer to my screen. A lot of modern games, they're trying to be more savvy and more, I guess, aesthetically pleasing with their UIs and stuff, which also means the UI text is smaller. If you go back to like a early 360 game, you're like, man, this looks like the early 360 because everything's big, everything's...
Stop this line of conversation because this is 100% my Fallout 3 experience.
Right, and that was around the time that it started to change. Because I remember with Mass Effect 2...
I'm not talking any more about this because it reminds me of my Fallout 3 experience, and it makes me highly upset.
You don't have to talk about it.
I'm just pointing out to I'm talking to the people. I'm not talking to you. You understand. But I'm talking to the people. My Fallout 3 experience was traumatic, and this just reminds me of that experience, and I want out of this part of the conversation. You can have it, Chase. I'm going to mute.
Yeah, Mass Effect 2. At first, we had a little bit of a negative reaction to Mass Effect 2 at first because we got it like a couple of weeks before we got our first HD TV, which was, I think it was a 1080, but that game was one of the first games to where it didn't have a standard definition version on the disc to where it would click from HD to standard. It was just HD, and all the text everything was blurry. The text, you could barely read it, and we were like, why did they make it like this? This game sucks. Like, not this game sucks, but man, the UI is like, well, why'd they do this? But it was that reason. And once we played it on the HD TV, and this was even on the 360, it was like night and day.
I can understand that because I got a HD TV not too long after I got my my 360s, because at one point I owned 4. So I got an HD TV like not too long after that, but that was in like my little man cave room. So like if I switch to a different 360, I'm playing on a standard depth TV, I'm like, ooh, I don't like this. I'm going back to my man cave. But I had all of the 360s for a reason, because they, if you have Windows, the Windows Media Player thing, there was a thing that you could do where you can stream stuff from your PC. So like at the time I was BitTorrenting a lot. So like everything I BitTorrent, as long as it was on my computer, you can watch it on the Xboxes and shit.
Yeah, with their media server thing.
Yeah. So that's the reason why I had all of those Xboxes.
So you basically had OG Plex.
Yeah, basically. But it only really worked in my home. But yeah. So that's the reason why I had all of those. But yeah, I did notice a huge difference once I went back down. But the only thing that I ever did, here's the thing. Only thing that I ever played in standard def was Rock Band.
And you preferred it in standard def?
No, I preferred playing in my living room.
Okay.
Because I was generally the drummer.
Yeah.
So I needed the space.
Well, another thing is that I, even on like a console and stuff, I got into to where I would want to be closer, because at that time on the 360, I was very much into the multiplayer games, your Modern Warfare 2s, your Battlefield Bad Company 2s, and stuff like that. And if I was sitting back on the couch, I played horrible because I needed to be fucking focused,
Right.
But now I don't really play that kind of stuff unless I play Crucible and Destiny, and I still don't really play that much. Actually, it's been a minute since I played Destiny in general, but I can sit back. Actually, I play with a controller at my computer, and I mostly sit back like this, just lean my head back, and these chairs are really good for your back. They're actually the most ergonomic. If my back is out, the only place I can sit and I'm not hurting is this chair.
My ex-wife used to laugh at me, right? Mm-hmm. Because sometimes I would be in the chair and I like kind of want to stretch out, but I don't want to stop playing my game. So I'm like stretched out with my arms like behind my head with the controller still playing the game. Like, you know what I mean? My arms are kind of resting on like the top of the chair or whatever, or the couch or whatever I'm sitting on. So I'm like this, and I'm still playing the game, and I'm playing just fine. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, she used to laugh at me quite often for shit like that. But yeah, I got to the point to where it's like I play video games kind of leaning to the side, like Thriller style, like the Thriller cover where he's leaning to the side.
Yeah.
You add a controller and that's me. There's a fucking fly in here and he's driving me crazy.
Yeah, I see him every now and again.
Yeah, he's driving me fucking crazy.
We got an indoor bug zapper off of Amazon.
No, at work we have a salt gun.
Salt gun?
It is a pump action salt rifle that you use to shoot flies and shit like that. And you just load it with regular table salt and you.
What the fuck, man?
Someone
You'd
got
rather
it
do that than having a bug zapper.
Someone got it for my boss as a gift. He loves that shit. And my other coworker, he loves that shit. If they see a fucking fly, they will try to trap it in whatever room that it's in. Just go to town, basically spraying salt on everything. Because they're just shooting the fucking fly with the salt gun and getting salt on fucking everything. But yes, we do have a salt gun at work.
That's assault. But
it is.
I
It's assault with a deadly
Yeah,
weapon.
yeah, I like the bug
For
zapper.
flies.
For one, you know, if you get flies in your house at night, once all the lights are out, they're going to be dead because they're going to go in it, and it has a little tray you can empty them out in. And because there's flies, of course, and moths, but around this time in September is when you get gnats. And if you're not from the South, you don't know about that shit. But they go
I know what you're talking
through
about.
fucking screens.
I went through a flying ant phase not too long ago. Like I would like my house was just infested. And what I did, I saw a thing on YouTube, and it was like, yo, mix these things together, put it where the ants are, and they'll be out of your way in a couple of days. And what I did was did a smart thing, because the flying ants were up here, like the rooms up here. The regular ants were downstairs. So what I did was the light that I used to shine on myself for this, turn everything off except for that, and then I put the little cup with the solution stuff underneath it. Yes, you can't really see it, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Huh?
This
Those
motherfuckers.
fuckers dead.
Yeah,
Every
I
once in a
actually
while,
like
when I got when something else is flying around in here, I put some more of the solution in there and then just leave it. That's the reason why it's there, but it's like turned into like a gel type thing.
And I like the ambiance too because it kind of leaves like a blue purple light in like at night, and it kind of reminds me when I was a kid when my grandma would have like those old bug zappers, you know.
Yeah, nightlight.
Yeah,
Also,
nightlight that can kill some fucking flies. Oh,
murder nightlight.
that if you're gonna like change out the bulbs or something, I think it might have you know how they say if you unplug your computer, your power supply will keep its charge for a while. You know, not to like fucking stick shit in it. I went in there to clean those things. I was going to clean them off because sometimes a fly would get stuck on it.
You shocked the shit out of yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, I grabbed that thing and it was like I just got punched in the arm, man. I think I said that on the podcast, but yeah, it was shut the fucking shit out of myself, man. But yeah, like beetles and shit would get in there, and those things die hard. They're like fucking John McClane over here. They're on that light, and they're just like I hear. You're like, how many flies are in there? But it's that beetle just getting shocked over and over and over, and he's just like crawling over, like, and you just smell something burning. It's just that beetle just like fucking burning.
We are delighting the death of insects. I'm kind of here for it because I'm sick of these fuckers. I really am.
Fuck it. I wish a mosquito was attracted to that shit. Maybe they are. I don't know. But mosquitoes, I've actually heard mosquitoes actually don't have a purpose in the ecosystem. Like some things that you don't like spiders or snakes, they have a purpose, you know, for something to do. But mosquitoes, I've heard, have no actual purpose. So you should feel nothing about killing those fuckers. Like even certain parasites are.
That's
I mean,
interesting. I don't think I've ever thought of it that way.
Yeah, they're completely self-serving.
Okay. All right, let's get into what we've been playing. Well, we played something together.
Yeah.
Like you alluded to earlier, like we played the Division 1. My PC is trash. So my frames would not keep up the whole time.
Something about your PC is trash and we can't figure out what it is yet.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Something about my PC is trash and I can't keep up. And that sucks, because here's the thing, and here's what I thought about before, and this is what I thought about after we stopped yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I started back up trying to get the Division 1 working, I had already had a character. My character was already level 8. So that means I had played on PC before. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember having any issues then, and I'm using the same computer. Like there's something between then and now. There is something weighing my computer down where this thing doesn't work the same. Could be the hard drive, it could be a lot of different things. But if we played this game before and we didn't have any issues, I'm wondering, like, one of those things where it's like, fuck, the answer could be anything, because there's a lot that's happened since then.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I thought about. I was like, yo, I'm having problems right now, but I got to level 8 and I never thought about this ever again. But it means I didn't have a thing where I was thinking
I
this
can't
shit is
remember
trash.
where we played. Because I remember playing this with you. I remember playing 2 with you. But we played it in like we played it on PlayStation and Xbox and PC. And like, I don't remember what time is what. Because we played it on pretty much every thing. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
because I own it. I own it. I definitely own Division One in all three places. I own Division Two in two of the three places. It's just I can't play it on PC. It doesn't work for me at all on PC.
Yeah. And
But
it sucks
but
because I
what
wish
it
you
was
could.
doing is the same thing.
I wish you could play. You could play it on PC. Not that so we can stay on PC, but that you could play it at the way we were playing it because you know it was just.
The Division is a fun fucking game, and like I think most people never really gave it a real try. But especially if you're playing with somebody that knows what they're doing, it's a really fun game. And I try to tell people this all the time, and that's what really happened with Todd. Todd said that he had the game for a long fucking time, and he said he played it for a little bit and never thought about the shit ever again. And fucking, we went to try to play the game, and he was like a level 3. That means he didn't even make it out of the starting area. He owned the game and he never made it out of the starting area. Because by the time you're almost a level 4 by the time you even make it to the boo the first time.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So he never even halfway thought about that game until I suggested that we play because I play.
Well, we got a lot further on PlayStation. I think that's the place we played the most because we played definitely past the part we were just at. But I think we were like in the 20s or 30s by the time we stopped on PlayStation.
I can't remember. I remember getting it on PlayStation, and then like we played like one time, and then it's the thing that Chase typically does, where we play a game and then we won't play it again for like a year.
We played the Division quite a bit because I know we were,
at that time we did, but then like I ended up buying the Gold Edition PlayStation, and then we just kind of stopped.
Well, there's a multitude of things that happen.
We got Super and the Killing Floor also.
Well, that because we were definitely trying to do our game nights, and back then we actually had more of an active game night. It's so weird how that happens. Like, yeah. But
I wish they put Killing Floor on Game Pass. I think that would be a fun game to play with people.
It's kind of the perfect kind of Game Pass type game.
Exactly.
Why do they have Rainbow Six Quarantine on Game Pass and not Killing Floor?
Exactly.
But there's multiple things that happen. One, we're on different platforms now, for the most part.
Because you're PC elitist.
Well, I'm a PC. I'm not as elitist about it as Blue is. I play on PC because it's the most convenient for me.
Oh, now you're trying to separate yourself from Blue. I see you.
Because Blue likes to fuck with you. Because he'd be like, you know, it'll just be like talking about, wow, these frames, man. Look at these frames. Like,
I never cared about frames until I don't have any. I don't care about anything over 60. I'll just say that. I don't care about anything over 60. And it's not, you know, and there have been games where I've gotten frames over 60 that I played on PC.
Well, I don't think you really have to. I mean, like 30 is a thing to where like, man, it's playable, but do I have to? You know what I mean? Kind of thing. 60 is your I don't think you really have to go over 60. 144, I got 144, you know what I mean? It's very nice, but it's not,
like
that's
your eyes
more
can't
of a,
even see all of those frames.
maybe not all of them, but I can definitely tell the difference if I switch between 60 and 144. I can't see the frames, but I can definitely tell that it's smoother. But it's very nice, but that's more of a like, do I need the I'm trying to think of like another thing to where like it's you know, the luxury car, but you know, your 60 is like your nice mid-range car, and your 30 is like your junker. You know, it's going to get you where you need to go. But
minivan.
Yeah. There's some luxury minivans though. You know what I mean?
But some luxury mid-tier cars too. You can get some stuff.
Yeah.
These days.
But and one of the main things is our fucking schedules. I, I have a pretty simple schedule. Like I'm pretty much 9 to 5. You know what I mean? And then I play between like 8 and 10 o'clock. You start at 10 o'clock sometimes. I'll be like, I'm out
No,
here at 9 o'clock, and then all of a sudden at like 11:30, like I'm out here now, and I'm like,
yeah,
I got that the next day.
shit. There's been most days I these days because of everything else I have going on. Most days I start at 11. Like I'm not even thinking about video games at 10 o'clock. You know, the thought is not crossing my mind at all.
Yeah, I'm back. The the reason I don't really, I mean, it's cool like to have you just talk, but then when I come back, you normally have to repeat what you just said. So to me, to the listeners, the conversation didn't stop, but then they're hearing two things twice because I'm like,
Okay, no problem. I'm with it. All right. So, do we want to talk about everything else that we've been playing and then wrap this up?
sure. I mean, we can do that.
You want to go first?
Sure, because I played a little bit of a couple of things that are a little bit smaller. I played some Dead Cells, which it's a
Johnny
really
loves that shit.
yeah, it's really fun. Like I'm not like super into the whole like I got to start over type thing, but so I don't think I'll ever beat it. But the actual gameplay of that game is so smooth and so fun that we're like, if you just want something to play for a little bit, just to throw in, it's really fun. Like.
Johnny loves that and shit like Hades and stuff like that. He plays a lot of this shit on his Switch.
That's the perfect application for those games because they're great for just like who wants to be on their lunch break and be like get into like Valheim or something and then be like, okay, I really want to continue this run for copper or whatever. But on that, you're like, well,
But like, there's been times where I was like, yo, I'm bored at work and I want to play the Division. I really wish they had a Division on the Switch.
Right, but when you get out there and then once your break's over, you kind of want to play more. With something like Dead Cells, you'd be like, well, I'm going to play for 15 minutes. I'll play for 15 minutes because you're going to start over anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think games where I can stop because my job revolves mostly around me waiting for the phone to ring. So like games that I can just stop at a moment's notice, and the Division isn't conducive to that. But if I had something like, I don't know, like an NBA Live or something like that, where I'm not necessarily playing online, just playing with my character, like playing through like the NBA season and shit like that, that would be cool.
Yeah.
But like, I think the only thing this 2K is no. I think 2K is on the Switch, but I think FIFA is on the Switch, but I don't think there's a lot of sports games on the Switch.
That's why
Like, I would even try Madden.
That's why I thought the Steam Deck would be kind of cool because I'm pretty sure that you could sideload Division or something on the Steam Deck versus like a Switch because the Switch is not going to be powerful enough for that. But
Yeah, I would love a Steam Deck. Like, I would love a Steam Deck. They're just too expensive, and they don't have enough memory for me.
well,
In order for you to get good memory, like you got to spend X amount more dollars, and that's the same thing that we're going through right now with consoles, and that shit sucks.
yeah, but I'm sure you can get memory on your own. But getting the higher memory package, you get like extra goodies, like some sort of custom bag or whatever that's exclusive to that package, whatever. So that's really what you're getting for. So I'm pretty sure if you really wanted to get the lowest one and then get you a big memory card, just make sure it's compatible with it. You know what I mean? Like the right speed or something. I don't know how memory cards work if they work just like hard drives. But yeah, that just I was just messing around with that. Of course, been messing around with Valheim some, but I put on Horizon Chase Turbo to play with the kids, which they started not because they didn't like the game, but they started arguing amongst themselves, and my oldest was like, "I'm done."
I have no idea what that is.
It's a retro racing game, but I mean it's 3D, but it's like kind of very arcadey, and you just like drift and stuff. And
Have you seen that Disney's coming out with a racing game like that?
I know they're coming out with like a Sims, not a Animal Crossing type of game.
The Animal Crossing one is already out. It's on Game Pass too.
Okay, but
and it's free to play. So you know what kind of shenanigans that your wallet can get into if it's associated with that account. but they did a showcase or something recently with like some games and stuff like that. I only caught a little bit of it, but part of what I got was a racing game, and it was like a kart racing game that was Disney related.
Right. Well, this isn't a kart racer. It's just like think like was Cruising USA and stuff like that, you know. But it was really fun. The kids just argued, and then I was just racing by myself. But I also was like, well, because I downloaded them both at the same time. Well, not at the same time, but I see something else that we can play locally, which was Hot Wheels Unleashed. That game is really cool, but man, I don't know if it really is, if I'm just thinking of it because it looks so real. But man, to me, it's got some really fucking good graphics because those cars look like real Hot Wheels cars. Like the shine on like the metal and stuff, it just and the plastic and stuff. It's really impressive looking, and the gameplay is just so weird. Like it's like you're racing on Hot Wheels tracks and you're going through living rooms and stuff and drifting around.
The Disney game is called Disney Speedstorm.
Okay.
And it is going to launch free to play on PC and consoles this year at some point. And it is a Disney kart racer, and it is developed by Gameloft Barcelona, home to the Asphalt series. I don't know what that means, but apparently it means something to the people who read this.
Yeah, I think the Asphalt games are pretty high lauded for being
good racing games, right?
Not sim racers, like arcadey, fun racers.
Okay. Well, that works for this because it's a kart racer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a free to play that comes out that's coming out this year. It's supposedly coming out this year. I mean, we know delays and shit happen.
I think the same people who love Asphalt love Grid.
Grid. Which one was Grid?
That
was the one with the Mario Kart with the real cars.
Basically, I mean, it's like real looking cars, but it's very arcadey.
I'm thinking of something different. What was the one that was like Mario Kart, but it was like with real cars? It had like real fucking cars in it.
I don't know.
Blur. Was it Blur?
Blur? Maybe. I mean, that is a video game name. I can't. There's a game that sounds like Blur, but it's an ATV game.
Yes, it was definitely Blur.
Okay.
Definitely Blur. Blur was like Mario Kart. It had like the similar power ups and all of that kind of stuff, but it was real fucking cars.
Well, what was the game that was like ATVs and stuff? I thought that was like a name like Blur.
I don't know about that one. I know there was the other one that came out. Was it Split Second? That was like the TV show.
Yeah.
But the problem with Split Second is once you were in the lead, you were just kind of bored and nothing to fight for. All you had to do was just stay in front of everybody. And
well, that happens in most racing games.
Yeah, if you get that much of a lead on somebody, but of course, like a lot of these games have rubber banding AI and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but Blur used to be like super fucking fun. That used to be a really fun game to just play with a bunch of people. Mm-hmm. On Xbox, that shit used to be fucking fantastic.
The 360 had a lot of really interesting and thinking out of the box racing games, and you don't really get that these days. The only thing that is like that is Horizon, and well, even then, it's just like
that's not really thinking that far outside the box.
Well, they do in their DLC and stuff.
Okay, I can see that.
But I do appreciate Horizon for because the one thing I don't like about arcade games is everything looks not real. I want everything to look really nice, like Horizon, but be arcadey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not a huge racing game kind of guy unless it's like a kart racer or like a Blur where it's something else happening. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not really just like cars on a track. What they fucking do? Like I don't really get anything out of it unless I'm just playing with the fellas and that sometimes that's fun, sometimes that's not. The Crew was really fun to play with a bunch of people, and I whooped Blue's ass. I just want to say that every time we talk about The Crew, I just have to mention I whooped Blue's ass in The Crew. But I don't think anybody played The Crew 2.
I didn't play the Crew 2, but I think I played the Crew 1 some.
Yeah. That was not a bad game. That was a fun game to play with people. I don't know if that's going to be a fun game to play on alone. But all right, let's get back to what you've been playing. I'm sorry.
Well, the main thing I've been playing has been Spider-Man. The wife surprised me and she had me a code off of CD keys, and I been playing the shit out of it. And I don't want to say it was been completely hunky dory, because when I'm swinging in the city, I do notice a lot of stuttering, and I've heard that that's an issue with hyper-threading or something, but it's only during those parts when you're actually in the open world swinging. But when you're like fighting and stuff like that, it's smooth sailing, which is the main part. You want it to be smooth, but it's still been really fucking fun. And it's the remastered version, so you get the new. They changed his face in Miles Morales, and then when they did the remastered, they had the new face in. So I don't know why they changed it. I mean, he definitely does look less derpy than he did in the original. I can never say that. You just have to get used to it if you played the original.
I have the original. I bought it for myself, and I've never played it. I have it for PS4, and I never think about my PS4. And I put my games on a shelf, and my games are directly in front of me when I'm sitting in my living room in my chair. Because we all have our own chair. When I'm sitting in my chair, I'm looking directly at my games. I see PS4 games over there, and I never what? I should turn on my PS4 right now.
But it's fucking good, man. Like, it's that kind of open world to where it makes you want to get all the stuff, and it makes it digestible to where you'll be in this one area. Here's some backpacks. Here's 3 or 4. And then after you go to another... I do it to where I don't even go to another area unless there's a main mission. And then when the main mission's there, I'll get the stuff. And then I realize, holy crap, I just got 75 backpacks. And it didn't feel like 75 backpacks because I did it in digestible little things. And all those little things will be currencies to like get unlocks and stuff. And they do the great thing I think other games should do. Is like you have the different suits, right? And skins. And those have powers associated with them. But when you unlock that suit, you can put that power on any of the other suits. So you can just play with the suit that you want to play with and use the cool power. And come on, the one where he like jumps up and just shoots webs in all different directions is fucking OP, and that's the only one I ever use. Because sometimes I've like been in a room, did that, and it just basically one-shotted everybody because they're all on walls now. But it's great, and the gameplay is so addictive, and you can sneak if you want to, but you don't have to. I mean, well, I think there's some main missions where you have to, but it's not.
No, I definitely want to play. I just never think about actually playing it. And these days, like every time I try to play something on my own, the moment I start playing, like we talked about earlier, somebody wants something. Somebody wants me to do something, or something comes up, or someone just wants to talk, or just like I mean, there's a lot of that. So
yeah, and I know people get like really like think of it daunting as playing a big open world game, but you shouldn't though, because a lot of those games are digestible in small portions because the missions in an open world game are normally fairly small. Like a chapter or whatever, so you can really just be like, I want to play a little bit of Witcher, and you play like a little mission, and then that's all you play that night. But it just feels big because of the big map, and I really appreciate that you can pause in cutscenes. God, the small things when you when you have the interruptions like you were just talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it's pretty much it, man.
Okay. I got a couple things. One, I've been playing 2 Point Campus, like I said earlier. I'm recording all of my gameplays on each school, so I'm going in order, and I'm doing 3 stars. And usually once I sit down with it, I'm really like playing. I'm really sitting here and really playing until I'm done with that school. Okay. So it's been a lot of that, and I have been enjoying the shit out of it. Like I really have. So check that out, the Scarfinger Hood Rich YouTube channel. I haven't gotten a whole lot of views, which Sucks because I think it's a game everyone. I think it's a game people should try. Like people should try something chill like this. Most people won't, so can't really. Yeah. I have been playing Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Me and Todd have been playing Recon Breakpoint, and people gonna go, "Why aren't you playing Wildlands? Because Wildlands, blah 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 blah." Okay, here's the problem with Wildlands. Every time the two of us try to get in and play Wildlands, one of us is having server issues and we can never connect to each other. We have never had such issues in Breakpoint. Breakpoint does have crashing issues on the Xbox One. I think I may have crashed one time on the Series S, but on my Xbox One I used to crash all the time. So it does still have those crashing issues, but we don't have those server issues. Trying to connect to each other and all of that kind of stuff. So we were tired of trying to play Wildlands, and we were like, you know what? I'm gonna see if Breakpoint is working. And if one person has Breakpoint and you have I guess I don't know if it's a certain edition or whether you just have the game in general, you have a friend pass. They can download a trial and they have like a few hours that they can play. But as long as they're playing with you, they are covered under your friend pass, and they can play the whole fucking game with you. The whole game.
That's kind of like what they did with what EA did with those co-op games.
Way out.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is cool, and you can bring up to 3 people with you. And you're not actually giving the friend pass out. You connect to your friend pass by sending them the invite to join you. So you can do this with as many people as you want to, up to 3 at a time with you, and it works like a charm. It even inspired him to actually buy the game himself. He was never going to buy the game, and he wanted to be able to play without me or get in and do some things without me. So so he ended up buying the game. There was a sale. It was a sale anyway, but yeah. So that
I think everything has now revolved around the Steam sale, because it seems like when the Steam has their sales, all of a sudden, if it might be a week before or a week after, everybody has a sale around that same time too.
Yeah, but Xbox is having sales on stuff a lot. Xbox has a lot of stuff on sale, but I mean, I see those because I'm on I'm on Game Pass mostly, and I'm on Xbox all the time. So I see a lot of that stuff. It could be the same thing that what you're talking about, but I just see all of Xbox's sales.
Oh, when you said Xbox, that reminded me of something else I played. But
okay, I'm going to be getting back into the Division. There hasn't been a lot going on with the Division, but the new season starts. As the time of recording, the new season starts tomorrow, so I'm going to be getting back into the Division. New manhunt, new weapons, new armor pieces, a lot of stuff. So that's cool. And they said that they were adding a new game mode that's going to be on the next big update, which is supposedly in December-ish, and it is some sort of situation where it's like a roguelike.
Yeah, you were saying that it's like Dark Zone, but the whole game's a Dark Zone.
Oh no, that's a different game.
Oh,
it's Heartland, but this is going to be in addition to Division 2. There's 3 Division games that are coming out in the near future. The Division 2 is already out. Heartland is going to be I think it's a free to play game. But it's free to play on console and PC, I think.
Okay.
I don't know if there's going to be a mobile game, because Resurgence is going to be a mobile game. And the mobile game is very much an homage. So far, what we can see is an homage to the Division 1. So we don't know a whole lot. They just did their Ubisoft thing, and they spent 5 minutes on the Division and then 35 minutes on Assassin's Creed. So, well, I mean, it's the 15th anniversary of Assassin's Creed, so I guess fine. Fuck it. And then the Division did another thing for the update that's coming out tomorrow. They did a new thing today. That's when I was talking about the lady earlier.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be getting back into that, and But most of all, I'm really getting a lot out of Two Point Campus. So that's kind of what I'm going to be sticking with for a while because recording these videos has been really, really fun. Some of the episodes I'm playing until I get a star in each. I'm doing a video until I get 1 star, and then stopping it and doing a video until I get the second, and then doing that for the third. The first star is usually the longest. It may not always stay the same, but like last one that I recorded, like the first star was like almost an hour, and the second one was like 20 minutes, and then the third one is like 30 minutes. So it's a little weird, and it's kind of up and down, but I kind of like keeping it at the star instead of stopping it at certain points. I kind of like keeping it at the star. So yeah, I think that's what I played. I think there was something that I was going to play. Oh yeah, I was going to play because sometimes I'm bored at work, and I was going to play a game on my tablet. It's like a wrestling game. I can't remember what it is because it's been a while since I played it, but it's like a wrestling game, but it's a card game. You open packs of cards and it has different wrestlers, different venues, different stuff like that, and you use that to make a wrestling program from the cards you get.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's a lot of games that are
I think I enjoyed it.
card mechanics and like doing unique things with them.
Absolutely. What was the game that you said that you forgot on Xbox?
Well, it's not on Xbox. Xbox reminded me because I was thinking about getting it for Xbox because that's where I originally played it. But then when I would look it up digitally, it'd be like $30. And I was like, "There's no way I'm paying $30 for fucking Time Shift." But I been playing Time Shift on GOG. I had it on GOG for a while, and then it never worked properly. And then I finally found an unofficial like patch for it to make it compatible with processors that are over like 8 cores or whatever, and it's playing better than ever. Like that is during a time to where they're like story. Okay, bad guy goes back in time and makes himself a dictator in the 1940s. Go, you're also a scientist that goes back in time to stop shopping. That's a story. You know, the whole game is based around a gameplay loop, which is also a very fun gameplay loop because it's time manipulation, which is always fun if it's implemented right. And I think it had, and it was like it's still super fun. Like I threw like laughing my ass off when you slow down and they're like freaking out and shit. Or like if there's a couple of guys you can stop time, just take their guns and then they're like unarmed and then they're like begging for their lives basically. It's like then you're like, am I the good guy anymore?
Right.
But yeah, that was super fun, and also kind of on the same note, I forgot about it because it's been a while since I played it, but I'm becoming around with a YouTube series on my personal channel where I'm playing through Fear. I was going to post it on Nepo, but we're starting to get out of posting video game stuff on the podcast feed because it's mostly going towards podcasts and reactions. So I had those videos already recorded, so I'm going to post them in October on my channel. So,
word up.
And that's also actually you can kind of slow down time in Fear as well. But that's less about you're slowing down time, more or less that you're moving fast, which is kind of the same thing.
I don't think I've ever played. I don't think I've ever played either. But I think I did get. I think I got all three. I got 3 of the Fear games in a Humble Bundle, so I have them on PC. I've never played them.
It'll probably be hard to go back to unless you have nostalgia for it because they are older. Like at least the first one is from like 2005. You know what I mean? But the second one and the third one, if you're playing in co-op, people hate on the third one, but the third one's really fun in co-op. But the second one's more after the Call of Duty thing, to where it plays like a Call of Duty game. When the first one plays more like Half-Life. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna get sick.
I don't think so, but it's to where you can't like aim down your sights and stuff. It's like it's older, but it's still fun.
Half-Life makes me sick as a dog, bro.
So
I don't know what it is about Half-Life. It makes me sick as a dog playing that game.
But yeah, I think it'd be kind of hard to go back to. And also, like Time Shift came out in October 2007. You're like, why didn't? Is it more people talking about Time Shift? This game was really fun. Okay, what other games come out in 2007? Call of Duty 4, Halo 3, Mass Effect, BioShock. Okay, I can see why Time Shift got swept under the rug.
Exactly.
Assassin's Creed.
It's like why is no one playing this? Oh, okay.
Franchises were born in 2007. People don't realize how big 2007 was for video games. It was huge. But yeah.
So, all right. So I think we're good here. People, we appreciate y'all. We're back on our normal schedule, but do check out the reactions on Geeks Gone Wrong Universe YouTube, and check out Chase's. Yours is Crucial Chase? That sounded like I was drunk.
The name is Crucial Chase, but I don't know if the URL. I think the URL is still Awaken Heathen because YouTube don't let you change your thing like Twitch does.
Okay. So yeah. So. Well, we'll make sure that we put the link in the show notes.
Yeah.
Unless it's already there. Is it already there?
I think so. And well, the original thing, which I think you can still go to my YouTube channel, was Love, Jazz, and Nihilism. That was because when I originally made my YouTube channel, it wasn't about gaming. It was supposed to be about like philosophy and jazz music.
Yeah.
But I never did that shit, or I never made videos about it.
In mine, if you want some 2-point campus in your life, mine is Scarfinger Hood Rich. My Pooh Bear has gotten into recording stuff for The Sims. She put up her first video yesterday, but she got excited and just hit record and didn't check her levels. So the game sound is way higher than her. So she gonna work that out.
Well, that's one of those things when you first start out, you're always going to be like, oh man, because that's a hard thing to get because you don't know how the levels are until you listen to it back.
Yeah. Oh, you can find her. You can find her under. I think it's Miss J, MISSJAY. Right now, that's what it is. It's Miss J.
Not Violet J. That's something completely different.
But I don't think that is a name that's going to stick for very long because I just looked up the name and there's a lot of different Miss J's. I think she's going to have to go back to what I told her that she should be. She never listens to me, but there's apparently a lot of Miss J's on YouTube. So yeah, there's even a Miss J DMV, which is DC, Maryland, Virginia, which my Miss J is in Maryland.
Yeah, I made some people still call me Awaken Heathen, but I made that afterwards. Crucial Chase actually goes before gaming into the hardcore scene, like when I had bands and stuff, and that was my first gamer tag. And then I made
I've always had the same gamer tag. I've never had to change it.
Yeah, and if you search Crucial Chase, I think you'll pretty much find me because for some reason I've never had anything with numbers or anything. Okay. So, well, my gamer tag has a space, Crucial Space Chase, and you can't put spaces in gamer tags anymore. That's how old that shit is.
All right. Thank y'all again, and we'll be back. Do the things like, share, subscribe, tell your people. Like, share, subscribe to the YouTube pages. We'll make sure that we put links in there for everyone in case you might want to find something else. Check out the other podcast I know I'm on Return to Oswald right now. We're doing Counterpart, which is a show starring J.K. Simmons, he is fucking awesome. And yeah, I think we're done here. Peace out to the Warriors, yo.
Later.
Do you know I actually had to explain that? My YouTube videos, because I close my YouTube videos the same. I had to explain why I say peace out to the Warriors.
Well, after a while, especially when you get new people that aren't in our sphere that know what that means. But it sounds so like it could go for anything. Like even if you didn't know what it meant, it sounds like something that people would say,
Yeah, absolutely.
But also think about gamer tags. Have you noticed people always call you by the first part of your gamer tag, even if it doesn't really seem like they should call you that? Well, I get Scar.
People call me Scar, but I get a lot of people that still call me Scarface, even though they can still see my whole gamer tag. I get a lot of people that still call me Scarface.
Well, people will, instead of mine is Crucial Chase, which is kind of like the hardcore punk thing of like you have a name and a adjective before that name, like Endless Mike or New York Joe or whatever. But people would call me Crucial instead of my actual name, which is Chase.
Oh, my friend Jay, who is a comedian now, and who I used to be on with the Dream Team, he couldn't figure out an adjective, so he calls himself Adjective Jay.
Oh yeah. But like on PlayStation, Awakened Heathen. People wouldn't call me Heathen, which would be the obvious choice to call me, right? They would call me Awakened. Who calls anybody that?
Sounds like some shit with some fucking some shit with some vampires and some shit. Be awakened.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
But Awakened Heathen was supposed to be, it was back, again, it was back when I was like dabbling in philosophy and stuff. It was like basically a Buddhist atheist is what that kind of meant.
Are you a woke heathen?
Yeah.
Woke heathen.
Should put it just one word, woke heathen.
Heathen. It sounds a little bit too close to Wookiee then. But we should probably go.
Yeah.
I probably should go away right now. I think that is the play.
Yeah.
Alright, peace out, y'all. The Warriors.
Second time, for the second time.
Okay, we can do it.
I like that shit, yeah, boy. Yeah, I'm telling you, Whoa. I'm telling. All right, I ain't gonna talk.